In this video, we're going to talk about American Airline Miles, why they're so powerful, and how you can accumulate a lot of them in a very short period of time. Let's get into it. So American Airlines is one of the top airlines in the United States. You have United, Delta, and American Airlines is definitely up there when it comes to flying domestically within the United States. But what you might not know is that when you fly internationally, they're partnered up with a couple different airlines, and then American Airline Miles can stretch pretty far and have a ton of value when you're using them to fly to somewhere like Europe or even Asia in some cases. For example, here we'll have on the screen Seat Aero. We bring you into the dashboard here. I can fly from the East Coast JFK business class to Haneda, which is in Japan, for 60,000 American Airline miles. That is insane value. So theoretically, we can do this for fairly cheap. So that just kind of gives you the perspective of how powerful these points really are. I'll leave a link down below to the app that I'm using here, Seat Aero, as well as the American Airlines search tool, which is really interesting because it allows you to search where you want to go based on the amount of miles that you have. So after you do all the strategies in this video, you'll easily have upwards of 100,000 miles to work with. So if that's what you have, you can put in how many miles you have, what class you want to fly in, whether it be economy or business class, and it will show you potential destinations that you could fly to. So let's talk about how to earn American Airlines miles quickly and for fairly little money. First, we're going to talk about the red American Airlines Aviator Card. Absolutely love this card because the value that you get from the points versus the amount of money that you have to spend is almost infinite. A lot of credit cards out there require you to spend $1,000, $2,000, and in the case of the Amex Platinum, $6,000 to receive the welcome bonus. But this card, on the other hand, only requires you to make a qualifying purchase. You heard that right. A singular qualifying purchase is all it takes for you to get the welcome bonus on that credit card. As a matter of fact, all I did just to prove a point was I spent $2 on this credit card. I bought, I think, a smart water bottle. I just bought the water at Target, spent $2, and boom, suddenly had 50,000 American Airline miles in my account. That's all I've ever spent on the card, and I don't intend to really spend anything else besides if I'm going to fly on American Airlines so I can get 2x miles back on it. Other perks that come with the card are you're going to get back a statement credit whenever you spend it on in-flight Wi-Fi. So if you've ever been on the fence about, oh, I don't really feel like spending money on Wi-Fi, you might be able to do it on this card and then go ahead and get that in-flight credit back. And also you're going to get your first checked bag for free, which again, if you're flying for, long distances, or you're flying for, a long vacation, having a checked bag, you want to avoid that fee, this card can do it for you. Unfortunately, it's not going to get you access to the Admirals Club, but again, for having such a low bar to entry to get that welcome bonus, that is absolutely huge. Now, for the first year, they waive the fee, but after that, it has a $99 annual fee. Again, if you value the points like I do, and you're able to get, a flight that's easily over $1,000 by only spending $2-3, for that first purchase, then it is, by all accounts, definitely worth it to go ahead and go for the card. Second on our list is the Platinum Card. Now, unlike the red Aviator Card, this one does have a spend requirement, has a slightly higher welcome bonus, currently at 60,000 miles. It was just 75,000, but you had to spend more money to get that. So it really wasn't like a new higher welcome bonus, because typically with other credit cards, it's a higher welcome bonus, but you have to spend the same amount of money. You had to spend more money to get slightly more points. But as it stands at the time of recording this video in May of 2023, you have to spend $2,500 to receive 60,000 American Airlines miles. Definitely a bit steeper than the red Aviator Card, and you have to do it in a period of 3 months. So you're spending on average a little bit over $800 a month to make sure you're hitting that. Again, definitely doable, but a lot harder than the red Aviator Card. However, I would say compared to other credit cards, it's quite a bit more reasonable to hit than, say, having to spend $1,300 every single month to make sure you're hitting, say, the Chase Sapphire Reserves welcome bonus, or some of the higher tier like business credit cards, for example. So definitely a lower bar to entry. And if you do these two together, now you're sitting at 110,000 American Airline miles. Now, the next two that we can talk about are extremely easy that you can do right this second to get started. So the first is using the American Airlines shopping portal. So if you guys remember my Amex video, how to get a bunch of Amex points, I talked about Rakuten, but Rakuten is just one small piece of the pie in the greater ecosystem of online shopping portals. So if you use a website called Online Cashback Monitor, you can see the total list of different airline and hotel shopping portals that you can go through. You have United, you have Alaska Airlines, you also have Rakuten, but one that's also in there is American Airlines. So if you're trying to accumulate a bunch of American Airline miles, you can oftentimes compare and contrast, hey, what am I getting back on Rakuten? And sometimes American Airlines beats it out. When I bought flowers for my grandma on Mother's Day, I spent, I think, $80 on the bouquet of flowers, and I was able to get 10 miles per dollar spent. So if you think about that, I accumulated $80 by purchasing it on the Platinum card, and then I got an additional $800 because you multiply it by 10 through that shopping portal. So again, if you're strategic about using, a shopping portal, you can accumulate miles extremely fast. I'm thinking next on the horizon would be birthdays, summer occasions, Black Friday, and then Christmas shopping. Accumulate a bunch of miles in that first half in the fall, winter time, so that way you can redeem them for that spring and summer travel. So that could be definitely a really quick and easy way to earn a bunch of American Airline miles. One more thing that you can do is opening a city bank account. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. There's the savings account option and the checking account option. Of the two, the checking account option is by far much easier to do, as because in order to accumulate the points, to get the points for opening that account, you have to meet a few criteria, but I would say those criteria are fairly easy to hit. The two things that you have to do are, one, obviously open the account, and then two, have 2 direct deposits hit your bank account in the first 90 days of having the account open. So if you open the account, switch over your direct deposit before you get paid from your job, your W-2 hits, boom, you have the direct deposit go into that account, you hold it, and now you have hit the requirements to get 60,000 miles from having this checking account. Extremely easy. Alternatively, you could spend $1,000 in, I believe, debit card purchases. Now, that's kind of counterintuitive to the whole credit card miles earning strategy, but again, it is the alternate way to hit the requirement to earn the miles on this account. Again, I think opening the account, getting 2 direct deposits, extremely easy, especially if your employer is fairly flexible and allows you to change your direct deposit, where that's going every single month. If you have a direct deposit, if you work more of a freelancer type job, I'm not really sure how that would work. That'd be a lot harder. Now, the second one that they offer is a savings account. Now, why I say this is a lot harder is because the amount of miles you earn is contingent upon how much money you're able to save with them. That makes sense because banks want you to save as much money as you can with them. They're going to give you a pretty low interest rate, all things considered. That way they can turn around, lend that money out at a higher interest rate and kind of take the spread in the middle as their profit. But they will offer you miles as an incentive to put your money with them. I don't really recommend this strategy, although again, if you're trying to accumulate a ton of American Airline miles really fast, it could be something that you look into. Lastly, we have one more strategy, and this last strategy is really no different than the city savings account. The only difference is the bank account that you're holding it with. Base Bank is a bank that is pretty unique. Instead of offering you, earning interest on your money, you can earn American Airline miles. Again, now if you value the cost of the effectiveness of those miles more than the cash value, then by all means go for it. But I would say earning a high interest rate on your money in the bank, having that savings actually, earning a little bit for you, is probably far more effective than earning American Airlines miles if you do not have a direct plan to try and travel using them in the near future. But it is a way to earn a lot of points. So if you put it all together, right, if you have these 2 cards, you hit the welcome bonus on the Platinum, which, 2,500 in 3 months, plus you open up the checking account, you use the shopping portal, and then you're opening one of those savings accounts with Base Bank or City Savings. Now for City Savings, the lowest tier to earn, I think 20,000 miles is $10,000. Now that's the lowest tier. Base Bank actually beats that because you earn 2.5 American Airline miles for every single dollar that you can save with them. So theoretically, you could earn 25,000 American Airline miles for saving $10,000. Now, what is unclear is how long exactly you have to keep your account open. What happens if you close the account? Will those miles be clawed back? I'm not exactly sure, but if you're, again, looking to earn a ton of American Airline miles, you do all these steps, you would easily be sitting at over 100K alone, which is enough for economy travel, basically anywhere in the world round trip for 2 people minimum. and or you could fly, you know, one person business class to, say, a long haul destination like you know, like Asia. Now, if you want to know how to use these miles most effectively, I recommend you check out Seat Aero, or you're checking out Seat Spy as a way to just, you know, see the award availability, and then also using American Airlines tool, their map tool, to see that award availability based on destination. Hopefully that wasn't too much information to soak in all at once, but yeah, I think American Airline miles are pretty powerful. Their value is quite high, especially if you're able to find good deals on award redemptions, and then earning them is not extremely hard. Now, I would say the drawback is I don't see myself really using these cards outside of hitting that initial welcome bonus. So if you're looking for a card that is going to be very versatile for you, these cards really aren't in. Unless you fly American Airlines quite often, I really don't see the perks of this card over, say, one of my Chase cards or one of my Amex cards. It's not offering you 4x back on food or, you know, 5x back on travel. In fact, you're really only earning, I think, 2 miles for every dollar spent, even on American Airlines flights. So it's pretty weak at earning points itself, but just the availability of earning points quickly, that's what's really appealing. So if you're trying to have a big trip and maybe you've already exhausted your welcome bonus on Chase and Amex and you need another avenue of points, this one might be one worth considering. Hopefully this video helped kind of shed some light on American Airlines and gave you some food for thought when it comes to, you know, strategies to earn points and maybe alternate routes besides the Chase and Amex, which are kind of the top dogs when it comes to award points to transfer different airlines. If you found the video helpful, please leave a comment down below and like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. If you have any other questions about American Airlines, that ecosystem, or another credit card related question, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer it in either a YouTube short or a totally another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.